welcome back to the POPcast. What's good, everybody?
Hey, how you guys doing?
New aesthetic even coming in nice.
I'm trying you guys out because you know my headboard is a little boring now, so I came to the couch.
So you're still not allowed in the study, eh? We're sorry, man.
Yeah. See, I'm trying to keep it in a place where it's not gonna echo too much. You know?
Nice. Okay.
It's so good.
See, Scoopy's got his rose on, you know. He's got that maintenance hairstyle going on.
I see. It's birthday hairstyle. The birthday hairstyle. How was your birthday, by the way? What did you do?
Stayed home, ate a lot of good food,
cake,
smoked some weed,
cake,
listened to music, the usual.
Cake.
Nice.
Yeah, birthday cake.
No birthday cake.
Guys, to be honest, I'm really bored. I'm bored. I'm finding things to do. I don't know. I just think I should use my mind more to be more creative, or just find things to do. Obviously I've been thinking of a few ideas then and there, but you don't want to replicate the same things that people are doing. Like online mixes, I won't do it. I won't touch it. It's one of those.
You know what? It's tricky because I've also been under the same vibes where I'm just like, okay, I'm sitting at home. I want to be creative, but I'm also just like, I also don't want to force things.
Yeah.
But I also feel like we also don't want to find ourselves doing stuff just because of the pressure where everyone says, this is your time now. Use this time to be productive, be creative, be what. If it's in you and you've got the energy to do so, then do it. But if you can't do something that you feel like can be done in your house and maybe you can strategize for a plan for after lockdown, then maybe that's what you need to kind of do. Maybe strategize that way. Not everybody can be on live. Not everybody can do a mix, And I think that's the tricky thing at the end of the day. We're going to find other ways to keep busy. Otherwise, in the meantime, I'm flipping channels. I've got Netflix. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. I'm also really enjoying, because like the nice thing for me is that like I've literally started a new radio show because I've been doing a show with someone else for a very long time. So it's actually the first time that I'm ever in my life doing a radio show by myself, So perfecting that, I'm literally working on that every day, just making sure that that show is sounding really, really good. So that's
It's so much harder without a co-host, Speedy.
Yeah, it's so much harder, but it's also so much. I'm loving the creative freedom, because I've always wished for a flowing show where it's like very minimal talking and everything just kind of like flows, So I'm working really, really hard on that, and it's sounding really, really nice. Like to a point where like I sometimes wish I didn't have ad breaks, because like you kind of taking me and I have to go back. Like that's the kind of flow that I've been meaning to have for like years. So I'm enjoying that the fact that I'm working on that right now, and it's going well. Yeah.
That's so
dope. At least Nyana, you get a little bit of something, So it's nice. It's keeping me going.
Definitely,
nice.
Definitely.
And you, Scoop?
Me, brother, I'm still enjoying the time. I'm just enjoying not knowing what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm thankful that I still also have a radio job. I really am grateful for that. And I'm grateful that we also built this platform where I think right now you kind of see who's ready for the next wave and the next train of entertainment. Everything is changing. All the rules are changing. So I'm just happy to have an entity do such a podcast that is really like, I can compare it to like an ant or like a cockroach. It can survive in any nuclear territory, whether it is, you feel me, whether it's on the mainstream or underground, we're there. And it's just great to have something like this. And another thing that I'd like to say is, I think this also exposes a lot for me in terms of how people feel the need to always have a corporate. Their face must always be corporate, so they feel like they're moving up in life or what they are doing is worth something. I think this is a time where we could strip a lot of corporates of their power and put the power back into the people with avenues such as the internet. Erykah Badu is doing a streaming concert where she has people log on to the site, pay $1, or you can donate more than what you want, and you can watch the show. What I'm trying to say is, in this time of quarantining and new rules getting written, it's funny to me that people still feel the need to go lobby for companies to jump on. And we're not using it free. We're still putting a lot of middlemen in between the avenues of earning paper, because we're not really thinking new. We're operating on old rules in a new territory, and that's still giving power to the old regime. Whereas if you really could think, I mean, if you could release an album now and totally say you're gonna stream it, but maybe you're gonna sell it. If Vocalistic sold his album for R5 on a site, then give it to a streaming site later. You know what I'm saying? If people could just work on really making bridges between the consumer and their pocket, that's what I want to see.
Definitely.
It's crazy that you. Sorry, I'm going to jump into something you said about Vocalistic. With music, it's so tricky to do those kind of things because now you still have to go split it after with the producers. Because I'm sure a lot of people don't know that producers also have to get paid for the song. You get paid a producer rate. You know what I mean? So the producer has to get paid a certain percentage towards the song for it being available online. It's one of those things. Yeah. But I'm glad you mentioned that the sponsor thing. It's one of those things that maybe if do we not get sponsors because we are too opinionated or because we tell the truth? You know what I mean? It has me thinking a lot of the times that maybe that's why sponsors are scared to jump on our stuff as well. Just because we are straightforward.
No, but a lot of people are saying right now, maybe I think after lockdown might be a different conversation, but I think the focus on digital hasn't been so hectic for a lot of companies because they've been relying on a lot of traditional media for them to get their stuff out there. Now, with us being indoors and digital being the only format that is quite relevant at the present moment, I think people are going to start thinking differently. I just think, obviously, when we went into lockdown, a lot of companies also then said that their budgets were kind of closed off until they knew what was going on. So I definitely feel as though things are going to be quite different when we get out of this. I know their fiscal also opens up in April. So, we'll see where the cookie crumbles. Hopefully it's gonna turn into coins. We'll see.
And it goes back to what Scoop had opened up with when he was saying he's happy to be part of something like this. And I think that's why we started the POPcast. I mean, when we started this, we had always said that by the time everyone catches up, then we'll already be in motion. It's not like we're going to be scrambling and trying to build this thing. We'll already be moving. We've got documents ready, So we always saw it coming. That's the dope thing. And I think that's the one thing personally that keeps me going, where we're speaking every week in the group about topics, where we're getting into a car, spending our own petrol, finding venues, finding ways to shoot it, finding mics, finding sound guys, and just figuring it out is purely because we all know that we saw it a long time ago,
Yeah.
But I think getting straight into business, it's been a really, really exciting week, especially with the Nasty C and Emtee battle. I think hip hop was definitely alive, trending all over. It was good. It was really, really
it was a good week for SA hip hop, right?
Yeah, very good.
It was a good week for SA hip hop, but I think it's also dope because I think at this present moment, it's also where we're also kind of concentrating and saying, okay, sharp, we need to come out of this lockdown knowing that we've given the content. I think 2019, a lot of people kind of sat back and they were just like, okay, let me play myself wherever I wanted to kind of chill. But now it's like, okay, the necessity that people realize that hip hop is still out there. People still love the culture. And the fact that Gemini and Tweezy started this thing firstly with just their features and then brought it over to people actually jumping onto the IG battles. Nasty C and Emtee, I think, just took it to the top. But all the other IG battles have also been really dope, which is also kind of putting a highlight on hip hop as a whole. And I don't think you can do an IG battle. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm being a little bit biased with this, but I think it's a little difficult trying to do an IG battle with a house song because then you have to wait 7 minutes for the song to pop off before you get to the crunch time. You know what I mean? Hip hop, we're inside, we're out. It's one verse, one chorus, then you say, yes, got you.
And once again, they're getting a special mention because they're doing something that contributes to South African hip hop. Shout out to MTV Bass, because
Yeah.
I saw they're gonna be playing the battles with the Nasty C and MT1
And
on
that's the
MT.
battle thing.
That's dope because not everyone's on Instagram, not everyone's on Twitter, not everyone's on TikTok.
What I saw is the numbers, you know.
People don't even know that there's something called trending.
That's dope. But what I saw is the numbers. They actually clocked over, I think, 15K, right?
Yeah, I know they
Viewers.
killed it.
15.7 was the highest.
Whole game
That's
was
dope.
everyone
Was the
was
highest
there.
amount of viewers at the same time.
15,000 people, yeah. So I don't
See,
know.
even say fuck it, I'm rendering now. Give me a sec.
So
Wasn't it 100K?
No. I think eventually, overall it does because it's ratings. I don't know how they usually do ratings. It's maybe how many people are probably watching at that time. So
no, it's basically the same as when you're on Twitter. You know when you post a picture and then you see how many impressions you've made.
Yeah.
So whoever posted the live can see the impressions at the end of the live. So that will show how many impressions of people who actually logged on, watched a few moments, and then maybe even logged off. But they weren't like sustained. So if you look at a current time, like at a moment when everybody was logged on at the same time, the highest
15,000.
15.1K, something like that.
Oh, that's dope.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. But also the catalog and Emtee's mood. Emtee was my guy the whole time. I was just like, this is like, I'm out here just to play you guys some jams. You guys can enjoy it. You can vibe it. You can hate it. But whatever. I'm just out here just to give you the vibes. Emtee's mood. 1,000.
You really, really got to see, like, I'd say, like, the reason that when Nasty and Emtee broke into the game, the reason it was such a big deal is because they were two completely different artists. I mean, you saw a lot of the guys when Emtee was playing the stuff, it was like real South African relation stuff, and then when you did it to the other side with Nasty, you saw it was like real, like super, I'd say urban, unlocked, private school.
Hey, what cheese boy? What cheese boy?
With his boy, straight.
Give what cheese boy, yeah.
Yeah, Kibo Cheese Boy, and also the music also is it's relatable wherever you are in the world, you know. And then with Emtee's music, it's also relatable, but more South African than ever.
Yeah. But shout out to the guys, man. I like the camaraderie. I love the fact that they still big each other up. Nasty C cheated though by playing his feature with Emtee. I was like, I'm there too. Emtee with that one, played winning. I was like,
So guys,
I even called him Nasty Cheater. You're not Nasty C, Nasty Cheater.
So
he was supposed to play there.
So in a case like that, if Emtee played his verse, if it was verse against verse, who would have taken it?
It would have been Ty because
Ty.
I don't know.
Ty.
Why? What are you saying, VG?
No, I'll be honest. Dope. The verses are dope, but the Emtee verse stands out for me because of the way he was playing with the flows and the way he switched up, and he just went rapping. It was just like, I was just like, whenever I hear that winning verse, I'm like, shit. Emtee is just more than melodic. He can also spit and he can also play around with the flow. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, and it's like, it's well scripted. You know.
You know, when I was watching that battle, I missed Kentari so much, dog. I was like, I remember Kentari. That shit used to go the fuck up when that shit was like blowing up.
Funny you mentioned that.
Both of those dudes had their, I guess, their first time seeing the impact they had outside of their little cliques and small places. Their first time was performing at Kentari, and that's when they knew they're gonna have Joburg on Smash.
Slim Nayanda.
Yeah. So
speaking of flows, hold on, Vij, please, bro. I wanted to talk about. Did you see Nasty rapping in Zulu?
Yes, I saw him post that. He posted that on Twitter. There was like a small little verse that he had posted where he was kind of working on a song. I don't think he's got a full song in Zulu. I might be wrong, but I think it's really dope because a lot of people always go at Nasty like all the time, like, yo, when are we gonna get that Zulu? When are we gonna get that Zulu? And he was just like, listen, I can do it. I just prefer to
He's probably.
I've heard a full song, but I don't know if he's gonna release it.
Yeah, it's probably going to be in that desk performance that he's going to do one of these days. I saw you also put another clip saying he's going to do like a desk performance thing.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, because he's got a whole setup that he's got at his house, like a full-on like stage situation where he actually went out and bought all that stuff prior to the lockdown. So obviously when they announced social distancing and we might be staying indoors, he went out and he bought equipment. He was like, you know what? The only way we can run this thing is if we do stuff indoors. And he literally set up that whole stage before actually being lockdowns, which I thought was really forward thinking for someone like him, because how do you go out and decide that we're going to buy equipment so that we can post on the internet?
And
Do you know what I
flowers.
mean?
Yep.
That was dope.
So they got
So
like
the flowers have always been there. That's how a studio is set up. But I'm just thinking like the cameras, the lights, the actual like stage situation, the microphone. I thought that was like real dope. So shout outs to Nasty for actually thinking of it.
And also a company that came to his aid. And I feel like it's nice because we speak so much about companies that we speak on both sides, whether companies do something right and when they do something wrong. It's just that when companies do something wrong, they remember it more than when we talk about them doing something right. But I would like to talk about a company that's done something right in this instance when we're talking about Nasty and the performance. Red Bull also prompted the lockdown, and they rushed to his aid, knowing that as a premium artist in this country, he's going to have to be doing stuff for the web. So they rushed to his aid and supported him with anything they had from their side. And then he just put something on it when he got cameras and lighting and so on and so forth. But Red Bull, shout outs to you. A lot of people don't know this, and this is when we can shine a light on companies doing something right. Speedsta, you had one that did something very dope, and that's MTV Base. I think it was dope for them to do what they're doing in terms of getting that content. So shout outs.
Yeah, MTV Base really just made the effort for us to actually do those mixes. So shout outs to them because they went. I know Vigi did a mix, Speedy also did a mix, I also did a mix. My mix actually played this past weekend, and I think it's dope because now they're trying to do like a little battle situation where they say, "Yo,
you guys as well, right?"
Yeah, definitely they are.
Hey, that's remember that soft page that you spoke about a couple of episodes ago.
Yes,
I've really been watching it, and I happened to catch Money Booth's performance, and I was like, damn, this is really. I got the Lucas Raps one.
Lucas Raps
one was cool, but like he wasn't rapping into the mic, so it looked cool visually, but I hated that it wasn't like live. But I watched this one that came out this past week, and it was really dope.
Yeah, and for like Lucas Raps, I must say it again. Every time I see him on the gram, dog, the snippets of him rapping, he's just surprising me so much, and he's so good, and I like his vibe so much. So shout out to you, Lucas. Keep doing what you're doing. Can we also give props to the first company actually that started the lockdown thingy that came to the party was Hunters?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like
Hunters jumped.
They set the tone.
Yes.
They definitely did. Hunters jumped on board with regards to the lockdown parties out on Channel O, so shout outs to them. And they actually even made an effort to even extend it, because obviously when the extension was announced, they were like, yo, we need to make sure more DJs are coming through. And it's doing so well. And I think also for people who don't really get to see these DJs, the DJs are also getting a lot out of this exposure, because you find a lot of DJs who are maybe like Joburg based. So for instance, like Lebza the Villain is on YFM. So if you're in Eastern Cape, you've never heard of Lebza the Villain, but you watched him on Channel O and you're like, yo, who's this guy? And so it's dope because it's also giving a platform for the other DJs who aren't really known that well, but are also getting that space for them to kind of shine. Which are
some really talented DJs. I mean, of course, props to Hunters, but also props to Channel O for believing in Shimza and PH, because it really takes a lot for a channel to listen to two DJs saying, listen, I'm telling you, this is going to work, So PH and Shimza, they set the tone nicely with that world record that they set in December. And now they're coming back and doing this. It's me. Shout out to Channel O, shout out to Channel, and shout out to PH. I saw them, they've been working, and they've been
working, dog.
People saying this, people saying that, but we got to give them props. They're doing a good job.
We definitely have to give them props, and I think it's quite important for people to also support them, because sometimes you'll see something good happening, and then there's always like bad press where people are like, Shimza must fall because of the whole Siga drama. All of a sudden, Siga DJ Wamoropa also nice. All of a sudden, he was also feeling. We don't know. Things were basically turning around on social media, but I think the dopest thing is the fact that PH and Shimza are obviously giving a platform for the DJs for them to shine. So shout out Channel O, Shimza, PH, Hunters for believing in them. And
my question is, why is it so hard for hip hop to get together like that? If the house fraternity can do that, why is it so hard for the hip hop fraternity to do such? Why is there no platform like that for the hip hop fraternity? And what's up?
Well, guys, Gemini, guys, let's be honest. Gemini and Tweezy created something for hip hop, so let them shine.
No. I don't mean a battle.
No?
I don't mean a versus.
Okay.
I don't mean a versus.
Yeah.
I mean a platform where we can have a DJs of hip hop.
Yeah.
And whatever.
But PH is a hip hop DJ.
Hip hop representative, hence why it's PH and Shimza. So PH is basically the hip hop representative on the show, and Shimza is the dance music representative.
Okay. But also, it's not even about hip hop not coming together and doing stuff. I just think Shimza had an idea and it worked. I think if you wanted something for specifically hip hop culture that's going to speak to hip hop 1000%, then somebody obviously needs to kind of create the platform. Shimza created that. You must understand, Shimza paid for the show out of his own pocket first, prior to Hunters coming on board to say they're going to sponsor it. Do you understand? So they had shot the show. They had shot the show before the sponsorship was confirmed. So they took that on their initiative to make it run before that everything else kind of happened. Do you understand? So I think that's the initiative that hip hop needs to make.
Guys, you guys are being hard on hip hop, guys. Hip hop is making its move. You know what I mean? Stoke is doing his Freestyle Fridays, which is hip hop, and he's putting on hip hop niggas on the map. And I'm grateful and I'm happy for. As we're saying, we can't replicate the same things. It's just happening again and again. So hip hop is doing its own move. Then and there, we see what people are doing, and I'm grateful for it. And those shows are having hip hop DJs. So at the end of the day, it's hip hop does not lose, but the culture wins overall. You know what I mean?
Yes, 1000%, 1000%. And again, like those battles are so dope. And I saw Gemini and Tweezy actually tweeted, and they were like, "Which other battles do you think need to be out there?"
I know what's gonna happen.
Besides, okay, I want to put aside the Casper AKA because everybody's gonna choose for that. We don't want that.
Before,
outside of them.
Noni, before, since you're the judge here, let's go back. Wait. There's no need to explain. Hold up. I just want you to answer.
But you make me feel like a bitch.
No. Noni, answer our question, right? This is me looking at the battle. What is the criteria? How, as a judge, do you judge it based off, right? Is it cause, oh shit, this song jumped off in a club, or oh shit, this song is the number one, or you know what I mean? That's you just have to. I just want you to clarify a few things because it had me puzzled. Because I would look at like, oh shit, but this one charted better than this, but how did it win? You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, but now when you
so with regards to, let me defend myself because I actually got a lot of like.
No need to defend yourself. Just be.
I have to. I have to defend myself because I got a lot of hate tweets, just like you are busy feeding the monster right now.
No, I'm not.
At the end of the day, I didn't choose to be a judge. I was a viewer like everybody else. Let's start there. Then Gemini decided to come and encroach on the whole battle and said, hey, these are the judges. I didn't ask to be a judge. Let's start there.
The scores were all over the place though, hey?
Let's start there. Secondly,
I
did speak to Gemini afterwards. And then after the battle, and I said to him, I was like, you need to create categories if you're going to continue. Because it's difficult for people to judge and for people to vote when you're judging against two different songs. It's very sporadic. For instance, Esti played SMA and Emtee played 5-0. Those are two completely different songs.
Yeah. I mean,
it was SMA versus 5-0, if I'm not mistaken.
I think
so those are two completely different songs. You can't judge them the same way. And I told Gemini, I was like, please do something about it. We want to continue supporting, but it's also difficult for us to sit back and argue over the song.
Who had a nice category?
And it becomes personal.
He mentioned
Muzi. Who had a nice category? Nomuzi and Rouge. They divided it. Nice.
Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
shout out to them.
And also, so maybe they must go with that category. And then I think let's because it's not slicker, it's slicker on life. Let's slicker on life judge. I think that's the easiest way to go about it.
Exactly. I didn't ask to judge. Please, can you remember that? I was a viewer like everybody else. I was forced into the situation. Okay, guys, I had fun, but you know.
No, guys, okay, cool. Thanks for clarifying it for me.
Please.
What else is there?
I had Young Swiss on my radio show last night, right? And
what happened to him?
So he's been cooking. He's no longer with Playground Productions, which is a label he's been with since I've met him. So he's doing his own thing now. No bad blood, nothing like that. So he's dropped 2 singles in the past 2 weeks. One called Trevor Noah and another one. I think it's called. Fuck, I can't get that name wrong. Something to do with pain. he's coming in hard. He's coming in really, 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 really hard. I was listening to the music. I spoke to him. His energy is completely different. Like he's gonna be coming in hard this year. So the song is called "Prison for the Mind."
Present for the mind. Okay.
I was
And
just smiling because I was laughing. I was like chuckling at that. He's coming in hard. He's coming in really, really hard.
yeah, as I look for the name, Prison of the Mind. The song is really, really mean. And yeah, I just wanted to say that you guys should really, really, really look out for Young Swiss this year. Yeah.
No doubt.
That's so dope. That's so dope, man. One thing I also want to highlight with regards to IG Live battles, we did mention it in the last episode, shout outs to VG, was when we mentioned Nikki Newland's Wrap It Up, her IG battle. It was actually even mentioned in a newspaper. It was on the City Press this past week. Because of the highlight that we kind of gave it as well, which kind of boosted a bit. And also, one thing I also want to mention, which I think is so cool, is basically, like you mentioned in the last episode, is that it's a bit of a rap battle that happens on Nikki Newland's IG page. But Thuli Stark has been coming through with the freestyles, and I think he's won three battles in a row. He even out-rapped Reason. Now you sit back and think to yourself, Reason?
Thuli Stark can freestyle, guys. Like
he out-rapped Reason.
Like for me, I'm surprised when I saw Jimmy Wales. I'm like, he took a Jimmy, he took a Reason.
Reason.
He out-rapped Reason.
Rigorous.
Like, shout out to
Aye, that's rigorous, ne?
No. How do you? Because he's known as the rap battle, huh?
He dropped the joint sub a while.
Yeah.
Yes, he dropped the joint sub a while. So shout outs to Reason. Obviously with the new music, but I'm just like, everybody knows Reason to be that battle cat. Everyone knows him to be the freestyle guy. So for me to be like Thuli Stark, what?
That's
so,
dope,
but maybe he was also kind of, I don't know, but like shout outs to Thuli. I just needed to.
Are these battles happening, guys? Just say it so we can go check it out.
Nikki Newland's IG Live.
Wrap it up.
It's called Wrap It Up, but she does it on her IG page, Nikki Newland's. I think she does it every day, if I'm not mistaken, at 8 p.m. So Monday to Friday at 8 p.m. You can check it out, and people are rapping every day. So as it happens, Thuli Stark, basically, if he wins the battle, he goes on the next day. Then he battles the next person, goes on to the next day, and so it continues.
Nice. What, guys? Imagine Thuli being the champion from this. You know that will shift everything in the game, right?
But I think it'll be good for him because people are going to respect him.
Questa's Freestyle Friday?
Who? Questa.
Questa just also submitted to Stogie T's Freestyle
Friday. Yes.
All the guys.
Questa, I see.
There's that guy.
There was a lot of them.
Envy. I
haven't checked out Envy.
Yeah. Please do yourself a favor. Go and check it out. Like, I think maybe my thing is, I know Questa can rap. That's why he's been like featured on a few of my singles. He's always been one of my faves. And that's why I was like, okay, I expected Questa to come to Relax. I expected Questa to come through. But like Envy, I think he took me by surprise because I was just like, whoa.
No, Pretoria niggas are with it. Black Les was the first one to jump to the plate, and Black Les did the job. And I think it's they like this part of the game because it's like showing niggas like, no,
So it goes to the thing where you guys mentioned the Lucas raps. You know, when it comes through with the raps, another kid who really raps, right, is Big Hash. You know, I hope he also does do something because I saw his post saying, yo, people forgot that I rap. So I'm hoping as well, maybe like on Wrap It Up or on a Freestyle Friday, you know.
I saw, hey, shout out to him, he just dropped the new EP, by the way, but I saw that he also, his fans were kind of asking him why he didn't submit, and he was like, yo, I did submit, but Stogie never responded to me. Then I saw Stogie responding to him being like, yo, relax. It's that week when everyone is just heated. It's like, yo, man, relax. Like, we got a lot of things, like, you know, looking forward to it. Take it easy.
Yo, my battery might cut.
You get a charger, bro. Come on.
It's you and your backgrounds, brother. Just for once, just sacrifice, be like us, and just go plain. Oh, yeah, boy. To me, man.
All right, so we're back.
We're back. Welcome back. Who did that? Who did Sotho Man with some power, and why did they do that?
That's so tricky. So in case you don't know, like Scoop, because Scoop is very offline at the moment.
I'm clueless.
So on iTunes this past weekend, I think it was Friday night or Saturday night, Friday night. An album was dropped on iTunes for streaming called Sotho Man with Some Power, under A-Reese's name, with A-Reese's old catalog. So it's obviously tricky because it's at a time where Nasty is obviously doing the PR run where he says his album's going to drop real soon. It's called Sotho Man with Some Power. He's been talking about it for a long time. So for that to kind of drop was very like, what's going on here? And everybody obviously knows about the underlying beef situation. So it caused a little bit of unrest, but obviously his team came back and they were like, yo, this is a little bit tricky, don't believe it, it's a fake album uploaded by somebody strange. Also, if you know A-Reese, you know he's not Sotho, firstly, and secondly, it's his old catalog. And they don't think he would do something like that. At the end of the day, he is working on music, but he wouldn't post his old catalog.
And I don't think Nasty would want to put his energy to something like that, especially with everything that's going on in his life right now.
Well, he did kind of, but then obviously he went back and deleted. Well, everyone, I think the
but
whole.
You know what? I don't blame him for tweeting and deleting because coming from his perspective, if he also saw, I saw that. I'd also be like,
no, I tweet. I went wow. I think everyone was just like, what?
No, the thing is already from my stuff to then the day of the battle with Casper. You know where he was saying where him and Casper had a bit of a. You know, where he was saying to Casper, you're not untouchable with hits. Already, can you imagine his mind? He was already like worked up. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying, but I don't think at all A-Reese would do such a thing at all. I think this is someone just trying to make the rift between them a bit bigger than what it already is.
You don't think A-Reese would do something like this?
No.
No, are you saying you don't think A-Reese would drop old music?
I don't think he would like title it Sotho Man with Power or do something this spiteful. You know what I'm saying?
No,
or this malicious.
Anyway.
You know.
But it also kind of shows you that the person who uploaded it didn't know what they were doing. Because firstly, there's old catalog, which means already the publishing doesn't even belong to.
Wait, let me tell you.
They called it Sotho Man with Some Power. They don't know A-Reese like that because he's Tswana. So for me, I'm already just like, whoever did this was just doing it purely for sabotage.
Okay, but
he also something very interesting. He said that he found out that like it's so easy to upload a album or a song onto Apple, and that's a big problem.
Yeah, it is. It kind of shows the loophole. But I want to mention something, right? And this is me. I'm starting to be like Scoop with Conspiracies right now, right?
You've been inside for too long.
No. So Thursday night, obviously Nasty and Emtee were battling, right? And people obviously were saying, yo, but it should have been the Nasty and the A-Reese. You know, obviously the tweets are flying or the conversation, you know? And actually someone said this to me. It's like, how amazing, whoever put this thing up online did exactly the number of songs of the battle.
Did you go sleep?
No, but think about it. Think about it. And I was like, oh shit. Actually,
you know, working on a label, it doesn't overnight for you to upload something onto iTunes. At most, it will take maybe like 2 days or whatever. Like you need to have the real plug with like real like label connects for you to get it done over.
But obviously the battle was
for me is just like off the charts.
But the battle was marketed before.
The only conspiracy.
We didn't know how many songs. We only decided on that number of songs on the battle.
It's always been 15. It's always been 15.
No.
14. Sorry.
No.
Okay.
The only conspiracy I believe is that the Fagaza and the DSPs work together. That's the only one that I believe. And I say that because there's been times, I'll use my own projects as an example, where the only people that have that project, those songs, is the record label, right? And then Fagaza literally has the play. They can write a description, a whole article, and explain the project that's coming out before it's even out. Now, I'm not saying my record label is giving it to them, but I'm just saying that how does that happen?
So here's my thing. I don't think a DSP would sell away music. You know, the reason being, they need to get as much people on the site. Do you understand? It's like saying Instagram is giving away content to Twitter.
Like, it's not obviously it's not like it's something which they sit about in the boardroom, but obviously it's like a Georgia thing where it's like, yo man, I'm Mamang and I work at a DSP. You're gonna hit me with something for Gaza. That's my only conspiracy theory inside.
I think that the Fagaza guy, guys, it's not one person. I think it's a bunch of people, right? And these people are probably not located in South Africa, or the person probably has iTunes or a Spotify account that's probably Australia time or somewhere, because obviously times shift like this, right? So, because ours gets released the 12th. So if you think about it, right?
Shift like this.
Yeah, okay. When you think about the world, right? Scoop. So on Friday.
You look like Mahale right now.
No,
Go outside. Please do me a favor. Please go to the garden.
No, man. Listen to me.
Breathe in fresh air.
Listen to me.
Let's go outside and breathe in fresh air.
Listen to me.
And then think about what you're saying.
No, listen to me, right? Think about it this way. Your song drops midnight, right? Your song drops at midnight, right? At midnight, what time is it in Australia?
I don't know, but it's moving like this.
So if you think about it, right? If you think about it, because obviously sometimes what I've seen, people's songs tend to leak around about 8 p.m. or something, like, oh shit, my song leaked, right? And I'm like, oh, how? And I'm like, this is my theory, right? I believe that strongly. The person got the song from, because obviously you can sign up for an American account. You can sign up for any accounts around the world right now, right? With a different IP address. Yeah, think about it. Think about it. Yeah. I'm correct, right? I'm telling you, I'm correct.
I'm dying.
Do you know what makes this worse? Do you know what makes this worse? Is that the actual conspiracy theorist in this group is laughing at you. I'm already stressed by this.
Guys, think about it. I'm telling you.
I'm dead.
I don't think. Yeah.
Fagaza-ish. I'm talking something a little bit different now. But I remember Nadia, just before she dropped the album, and she was like, friend, this person has managed to somehow hack my emails, whatever. They have my full album.
I remember that.
They threatened me to drop it if I don't pay or whatever. Like I remember just before her album launched, like the actual listening session that happened at the Shine Studios, she was literally stressed, not just because she was putting up this crazy fucking R1 million show, but also because, like, holy shit, like somebody could just like leak this thing. So who are these people?
So obviously with the email, right?
I just know that I think that, I don't know, they live somewhere and they're moving like this.
Yeah, thank you. Dog, they cannot be located, these people. I'm telling you, dog. I'm telling you, niggas. They've got multiple accounts, right? They probably got a Spotify or any DSP account in Australia. You can have one from Indonesia, China, Germany, wherever. You understand?
Dog, no,
that. But with some cases,
you
right?
got me in shit, actually.
Why?
You know, there's the one episode where we're speaking about the hackers, right?
Yeah.
So I'm explaining, as I always do, that at the time, like, Java found the hacker guy. It was Emtee's friend. He's from Alex. He's a rapper, right? You being you're like, oh, what's wrong with guys from Alex, right? So the other day, I get a mysterious like WhatsApp, which is the scariest thing, which is like, oh, so you have a problem with guys from Alex, we're gonna show you. I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay. Let me clarify.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Okay, Alex are my niggas. Machita Alex, okay. Hard gents, you know, I apologize. It's got a Speedsta, you know, Ratla Kopana gents, Kadina Kopat, you know, Tarubisan, Kinto Anaka gents, you know. Sharp. Finished. You won't get touched, don't worry, my nigga. So with sharing music, I believe that if your music could leak, right, it's either the engineer. Because if you think about it, it's where you record the music, right? So it's either the person who's mixing the music, it's either the person who's mastering the music, or it's either now, because they saved it on a cloud somewhere, and someone manages to hack you, they hack into your emails. That person can easily access your cloud. So I would say to people, the best way to do it, right? Go with your machine, right? Record there with your machine, or immediately after the guy's finished, just delete every file, put it somewhere in a memory stick, and go deliver it with the hard drive. And just say, here's a song.
Hey, but hard drives get lost. Hard drives get stolen.
They do.
My problem with having one copy is that when a hard drive gets stolen,
you want to save it on the cloud. Definitely.
And that's what happened to Nasty when he got robbed, because they stole his laptop, and that was the only copies of the music that he had before he dropped Strings and Bling. So that one copy situation for me.
So it's
either risk either way. Either way, there's you know what I mean. You're risking something. So rather go for the one that's like, I don't know. But either way, you stand to lose.
You're not the safest, but you're not the stupidest move. Is that you just drop without an announcement because they wouldn't know.
Yeah, but then you miss out on the PR, and you need the PR.
That's the problem. Yeah, that's the problem. That's why he's obviously, even the Fagaza guy, he was there. He didn't know that it's dropping. He only woke up when it's there. That time with, oh shit, guys, it's already out.
January 2018, when Anati dropped that surprise album with all of those songs, Tico, all of those hits.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yo,
he was self-quarantining before it quarantined out.
Yeah. He could do it anytime soon. He could do it anytime soon, I believe, you know.
Somebody needs to find Anati for those IG battles. We need him for the producer and if Anati comes through for the IG battles, he's murdering.
Who would he battle?
Let me tell you, that guy is not going anyway. I don't know if you guys saw, like we mentioned earlier, Big Hash has just dropped the new project. Obviously, there's a lead single there with Anati and Boyd. He's been pushing for a while.
Is it on the project?
Pardon?
Is it on the project that he dropped?
No. He tweeted, he said, the song can't be on the project. The song can't even be released. I can't find Anati. Therefore, I can't release the song. And the first thing I thought was my special somebody instance.
Brown skin girl. Now my checks ain't getting. No, Anati's just like,
hold on. You're holding. You're not going to find him.
He's nice with the brown skin girl checks right now.
Let Anati be in quarantine, guys. He'll come out when he's ready.
He's a perfectionist. That's the thing about Anati.
Yeah.
But you know, funny enough, you mentioned the producers. It would be nice to see.
What else is there?
A Clio, a Pori. You know what I mean?
But Tira needs to battle somebody.
Who Tira?
Tira got hits, fella.
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Yeah, he made a mix. He made a mix called The Book of Afro.
Imagine Tira and Kalawa.
Yeah, Tira and Kalawa, that's it.
And Oskiro just said, let's battle in terms of their numbers and the catalog.
They've got like good standing with regards to the Rams, because whenever you look at the Rams log, it's always like Universal, Sony. Maybe you get an indie here and there, but it's always like Afrotainment, Kalawa, Jasmine. So,
yo, speaking of battles, there was that global concert that happened. Did you guys check it out? The whole global concert.
Yes, I heard about it with Lady Gaga. She was basically like a co-host of the global season.
I was on radio. I won't lie.
I was watching lockdown stuff, and I didn't check it out.
Yeah,
I just saw Casper's performance.
Did you catch Casper's performance?
I just saw the how.
I checked it out.
I'm a tribute on his Instagram.
Yeah, that's what I saw.
And then how was that? I wasn't able to check it out, but I heard good things.
No, it was cool. I wish he had chosen a better background, but it's cool.
He's gonna say the same to you.
I've been choosing dope backgrounds.
Scoop chose a better background, but his battery died. He never chose.
My battery died. So I've been nice.
That's true.
You know what's crazy is that obviously after the Posted Nasty and the Emtee thing, right? With Casper, then Emtee wathi mara Casper uthanda ukusifaka. Just let us shine for once.
Yeah, I mean,
you know what I mean?
did he actually say that?
Yeah, Emtee kind of put that in the way. Like,
what happened?
I can't remember, but I just saw Emtee. Then obviously, then Casper would say, "Yeah, you back
from what Emtee looked fed up, where he's just like,
Chief, let us be. Not everything is around you.
Like, just leave. He's not fighting. He's just saying, dog, just leave me. Like, please. I
won't lie. I won't lie. I'm all about Emtee's mood, bro. Like Emtee's one of my faves.
Emtee's a mood.
He doesn't give a fuck. But what I dig about Emtee is also like he's also a real guy, and that's one thing that people remember that when they watch the battle as well. When they watch the battle, they were like, "Yo, man, like why are we writing? Well, not necessarily written it off, but like we've kind of forgotten how many strides Emtee has made from a music perspective. The catalog.
I'm lit with the Wi-Fi. I'm lit with the Wi-Fi.
He was lit with the Wi-Fi. He was out there killing it. There was a point when Nasty's Wi-Fi cut and he was off the live. Then Emtee was like, "Nah, B, I'm out here, man. I'm lit with the Wi-Fi. You ain't gonna worry about
me."
I told you guys this is 20 Emtee. Trust me.
And I want him to
Johannesburg song. That Joe Hasselberg song. Trust me, I think it's gonna do some damage. And shout out to Emtee, man.
Emtee's a rapper and he's a musician, which makes him so dope because he can spit bars, but he can also make dope classic music, like music you can listen to
melodies
for years to go on. You know what I mean? So shout outs to him, man. I really am supporting him. I want him to win. Like big up.
Definitely, and it's not easy coming from where he's come from. A lot of people would have been broken by a lot of things that happened to these kids at such an early age, you know?
Yeah.
And these kids really maneuvered it in a social media environment, and you can do nothing but be proud. And I'm glad people got to see him in that light because he's also such a cool ass nigga.
Yeah. Straight up. He's real. That's what it is, you know? It's and he's been since day one.
He just wants his awards, guys.
Hey.
Can't we get him like a replica of those awards for him to sit with them at home or something?
You know what I thought? And you know, as much as sometimes we always talk bad on Ambitious or people, not us, but people, you know, actually Ambitious has developed some amazing talents from scratch. And I just wanted to shout out the whole team, Jim. Like, what you guys have done is amazing.
No, but Vigi, your timing.
No. I just wanted to say that, you know. But yes, definitely, they need to give Emtee his awards back.
Right, not just the awards, dog. Like you say, keep the cars, whatever. But also, you know, you'll never know the situation, the agreement that was there. So I'll ask you, Vijay, if I have signed a 360 deal with you and have cars and whatever, and I give all the cars back, whatever. Yes, the music belongs to you. Do the awards that I've won through that music also belong to you?
If I bought them, yes. If I bought those awards, yes.
Sure.
Okay, Scoop.
I'm just saying.
Oh, shit.
But you know what I mean.
I'm saying, you know what? Awards.
No, wait, let me clarify that, please, Cosmo. I'm not saying that Emtee didn't deserve it.
No, okay, no. Let's not make it like let's not get controversial with it. So I'll use an example such as let's say I would go as far back as saying a DJ Cleo and a Ghetto Rough, right? Those are kind of relationships that I wouldn't say ended well, but you know, life went on, thankfully. But DJ Cleo has his awards.
You can also ask the body that's making the awards to actually make you a replica of that award. So, for instance, if you win a South African,
that's not happening in SA, guys.
No, you can.
I'm saying it from my own experience. When I won that SA Hip Hop Award, my manager at the time got one replicated for him. So you can actually make the same award for other people to. The same way, if I win an award or maybe let's say I go platinum on my album, I can make 5 different platinum plaques for everybody who's on the song to own it.
A simple explanation is a collaboration, Scoop. If Noni has a song with Nasty C and Rouge and Questa, and she wins the award, of course the award is for everyone, so they can make 4.
Yes.
For the people on the song.
I'm with you. What is that, Vigi?
No,
What is
no.
Vigi doing?
Now I was just looking at some MT shit.
I can't see you guys split. How come?
Because of
Because
your
you
view.
haven't chosen that option.
I see you guys one. Oh, there we go. I see you guys one at a time. There we go. That's much better.
All right, guys.
So how does it work with? You see the way you guys say it works with awards, and I get that, right? You can ask for them to make it, which is what MT should do, actually.
He's just gonna pay for it.
How does it work with? How does it work with plaques? Like platinum plaques. If I'm in a song, do I deserve a plaque as well?
Yeah.
Same thing. Yeah. So you deserve the artist, the feature deserves it, the producer deserves it.
Even the fucking
team
make the artwork.
And who should make it? Should it be the artist?
The artist. The artist.
Label.
The dependent.
The
artist and the label should make it.
Yeah.
Okay. So the label can make for the feature.
I still owe people plaques.
Yeah,
it's just
Speedy must go make for the
just a matter of
composers. He must go make for everyone. Even the artwork.
It's just a matter of making them, but everyone.
And you must make for the hip hop DJs because we played the shit out of your song. Man, I want one. And Scoop, you need one.
Yeah, I got 6. I'll give you one.
What's next?
Are we done?
No, I think we're done. Thank you guys so much. And yeah, man, check you out on Thursday. Please keep on subscribing, keep on watching the podcast. We'll be coming to you from our homes until we are let free.
Yo, Thursday.
When do you guys think that'll be?
You see, now you want us on record. And then they're gonna find us.
What's Bob? Funny enough, I got stopped yesterday.
I bought this before the lockdown.
I got stopped yesterday, and I need a permit to go buy food. That's
really?
That's much. I
got a guys. Are you guys seeing what's happening in China?
That's fucked up.
What's happening?
Fuck that.
No, man, you guys aren't checking out. They're not letting black people buy masks.
I remember you spoke about it.
Is it mask or renting? I think also renting.
It's everything.
That's really
everything. I saw a video of a black girl who was trying to get into a mall, and they said the black people aren't allowed to go into the mall, but the white lady was allowed in, but the black girls.
You know, the white lady even asked like why.
The day Africa decides to unite, you know, the day we decide to trade with each other, we will be so powerful. The day we decide to use one currency, I think Africa will be so powerful that the whole world will actually come back and lead us.
Don't they need us now?
They won't disrespect us. That's the thing. I'm saying the day we decide to say us as Africa, we are brothers and sisters. You understand?
But I'm China corner la emzansi. Aswahlukumezi, dog.
They have an entire China mall. What do you mean?
They breathing nice air here, dog. That thing hurts me. I just wanted to talk about that. And Dizzy, please find a clip and you put it in there and conscientize people what's happening here.
Yeah, it's sad, man. It's sad. And anyway, RIP to all the people who have passed away, obviously, with the COVID-19, you know, and the families, condolences to all the families. And I guess, you know what, we need to urge people to stay at home and, guys, just look after yourself. That's the most important thing, you know? Just limit.
Please look after yourselves.
Limits, guys. Yeah.
You're officially Father Vigi of the show. Yo, they want us to pray every week now.
I know, one pray. Let's have a silent prayer. 5 seconds.
You know what? We should do it like church. After the prayer, we're taking donations.
5 seconds. You're right, Scoop. 5 seconds.
Just wallet to the
moment of silence.
Hey, I'm so sorry. Just before you pray, I just want to say, even though it doesn't relate to South African hip hop, it's part of hip hop, and it's nice to see as a DJ. I want to say big shout out to DJ Envy, because he started like this DJ fund, which we spoke about a couple of weeks ago, and I saw they posted that they've raised over $100,000. So it's a big deal, you know, to be helping out full-time DJs, you know, that rely on that have families and stuff. So I just in passing, as from DJ to DJ, I was like, fuck, that's crazy.
That's dope.
Showcase.
I think that's so dope. And shout outs to, obviously, hopefully we can put something together for each other as well. Like you said, from a unity perspective, sooner or later, we're going to need each other because, events are going to be the last thing to survive from the social distancing.
Holding hands. Everybody hold hands.
Just 5 seconds of silence. Amen. See you guys. Peace.
That's all.
Sup.
They don't get Why are not you going? Only us? Only us?
所以说我们就是在这个交流上面的。You're not allowed to go in?
Well, I can go in. You can?
Yeah.
I can go in and they cannot.
这个是我。
Come on. They can. Right? Okay. Okay. Oh my god, this is ridiculous.
I'm sorry, I cannot help you. Really.
Oh my god.